Okay, we're on a mission this morning because I wanted to figure out how to do a potential red coloring in making an infused oil for my soaps with rhubarb. I came out here to my rhubarb plants and they are now dying because it's August, and so all the leaves are brown and the rhubarb itself has died off. And at first I thought, hey, maybe if I just get these dried bits of rhubarb that have died and kind of work with them, I will be able to do something with those. And then I went ahead and dug up a bunch of this root because they say that Chinese rhubarb root will produce a red. And so this is my quest. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. And I just wanted to document this on YouTube so that if anybody else is interested in this and it works, then I'll be able to provide some information. So, next step, washing off the rhubarb. Okay, so I've got the rhubarb root in this bucket. I think I will go ahead and rinse these dried, dead rhubarbs as well. But I just want to get all the dirt off of them first. And I'm not really sure where this is going, but here we go. There's quite a bit of dirt on it, so I'm just gonna soak it. I think I'll go ahead and pull out the dirty, dry pieces, but then I will soak and wash this off, and I'll be back. So I washed off these dried pieces. There are some that aren't dry, completely dry yet. They still have some moisture in them, and of course these got moist. And then here is the root from the rhubarb, and there's more over here, but I'm just going to take one piece of it, blend it and dry it, and put it in my dehydrator and see what happens. I don't know what to do with all of this extra pieces here of the plant product that's kind of here in dark brown, but stay tuned. So I decided I was going to go ahead and dry them outside here. It's a really hot day today in Ohio, and I decided I'd just lay them out here and give them opportunity to dry a little bit from the washing. Okay, these are the pieces of rhubarb that I pulled away from the plant area that were all dried up. So I'm gonna throw these in to my food processor and give it a whirl or 5, I'm not sure, and we will see what transpires. These are already dried pieces of rhubarb, but it's actually the root that I'm more interested in. But I thought, well, since these are already dried, we'll just go ahead with this process. And I'm kind of excited. It may just be a dark brown color that transpires, but we'll see. Here's one that's not dried, so I'm not going to put that in there. This is a Black & Decker, and I'm not sure that it's all that great, but we'll see what happens. Here we go. I don't think anything's happening. There's some powder occurring. Can you see the dust bomb? This is what it looks like. There's tiny little pieces and then there's dust and stuff on the bottom. These are the tiny little pieces after I separate them from the larger ones. They pretty much just look like tea leaves or something like that, and there's also some dust. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel away this darker bark. Whoops, I'm getting more than I want to peel away there because the inside here is kind of a pink color. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but I thought maybe it might be best to peel away the bark of the root. So that's what I'm gonna do here. And that's what it looks like whenever I've peeled it away. And this is what the inside looks like when I've cut a cross section of it. So I'm gonna slice some of these little cross sections and put them inside of the food processor. And that's like the really red part of it. Here's what I've done so far, and I'm trying not to pull away this red, but I'm not doing a very good job. You might say, why in the world would you want to do that? I want to take all that time. We could just pay and buy it online, and I don't know, it's just part of who I am. We used to live in Africa for a while, and I just loved doing things from scratch, and so this is just one of the things that I want to do. I'm gonna blend it up here and see what it looks like after I've gotten all this brown away from it. Some of it I can't avoid taking off the red part of it, or the pinkish part, orange part, whatever. But we're gonna see what happens. That did a much better job of grinding that up because it's moist. And so now I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my dehydrator and dry it out, and it will take a while, but the next step is coming. This is my alternative to my dehydrator because the holes in my dehydrator are so large that these little pieces will just fall to the element. The bottom of the element is a really old dehydrator. So I'm gonna put them in the oven. Got them on parchment paper and on top of a large pizza pan, and going to stick them in the oven, I think at 175 degrees for a time. I'm not sure what. I've had these in the oven for approximately an hour and a half at 175, and this is the result. They feel really, really dry and hard, and I think at this point I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the blender. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Ooh, it's really dusty. And it looks yellow, so we may just end up with some yellow color instead of red. I don't know, it's kind of an interesting thing here. Here is the rhubarb root powder. I took the rhubarb root powder, a portion of it, and I put it into this jar and heated up some grapeseed oil and put about a tablespoon and a half no, a teaspoon and a half of the root powder in it. And I've been shaking it up, and it definitely looks yellow. So I'm told that it comes out yellow, turns pink, but we'll see about that when we embark on the actual experiment of using it in